So, for those that have not figured out their MyPlayer build yet, there's something that I have noticed in my park neighborhood, whatever you want to call it this year. Specifically, even though I complained last time that the 6'11", 7-foot athletic finisher is gone out of the game, makes me really sad. It's not really gone. Um, One thing I've noticed is the one person that I've been playing on, the 79 overall, working on it, leave me alone. Also, to get extra VC, use the my 2K20 player companion app thing. Can get you up to 475 VC a day. By playing the little card game, it takes about 10 minutes a day. You got to sign in through your account for whatever system you're playing on, whatever. Big help. It came out 2 weeks before the game, and I had over 5,000 VC before the game even started. Anyway, what I was getting to is that yes, the 6'11", 7-foot athletic finisher is out of the game, and a lot of people kind of panicked, so they built their players as 6'3" centers. If you couldn't tell by the 3 MyPlayer builds I have, there's something new going on. If you look at their heights, 6'9", 6'8", 6'10". The 6'9" finisher is just my preference, how I like to play. It's in the pick and roll. It's a finisher and paint defender, rebounder, that kind of thing. It's just a pick and roll artist, a little quicker this year. Um, so if you make a a power forward that's 6'9", 260 with the same um, little pie charts, it actually comes out with the same exact stats as the small forward. And likewise between the power forward and the center, like here for 6'10", the glass cleaning lockdown. And then I also made a three-way, I got rid of it because I wasn't a fan of it, a three-way score and shooting guard to small forward. They have the same identical speed. They have the same identical acceleration if you pick the same pie charts. Now, a few things I've noticed is that one, these 6'9", 6'10" players, they can cover the paint and cover a 7'3" guy in the paint, no worry. So there's no reason to have a 7'3" guy, especially since you can pretty much match in the paint, lock them up a little bit, and get other attributes as well, get a little faster. So for shooters, if you want to build your pure sharp at whatever position, go for it. For playmakers, I recommend this build here, the small forward, because if you make him light enough, you can see that with shorter wingspan, you get the shooting up to the 80, so you're going to be knocking down open threes and middies, no problem. Pass accuracy, ball handling. I did notice that for playmaking badges, I have 19, but you really don't need more than 16 if you look what they are. But shooting, finishing, and defensive badges are major. So, especially the defensive badges, and how I like to play. I like to play in the paint. But anyway, if you're a playmaker, I highly recommend this build. Since you are being a playmaker, you obviously don't need standing dunk or post hook. You just need the driving layups, close shot. Definitely max out your shooting. And if you want to get more playmaking badges, you could use your post moves, but I don't think you need it. That's my personal preference. I just like the built or the defined body type. I think maybe I can go slight for the no. We're gonna go defined for this guy. And he's up at 6'8". I'm not gonna set this one so that I think I have it all right. Because you see the big effects that it takes on the speed and stuff. But if you bring him up to 6'8", you see you lose the ball handling. You get a little more interior defensive stats, no big deal. Your driving layup drops by 2, not that big of a deal. And I'm bringing him down in weight, personally, because you're not trying to body anybody with this. You're trying to use your speed as much as you can. That's why you pick the pie chart with the smallest strength, most speed, and then it has some vert in it. You pick the pie, and then you're trying. The whole thing is speed. So you want to get a little taller just so that you can finish over guys if you get in the paint and whatever. And I brought the wingspan, I think, down to 80. Because you see you get this strength boost at 80. And you get some shot boost as well. Now this goes down to personal preference. Because this gets your ball handle up to 80, which is a very good thing. Gets your strength up a little bit. but it takes away your steal and block. Not that big of a deal. I personally like it here because now it puts your midi at. Actually, 81's not. 81's probably your best bet. You still get that. You still get the steal end block bonus. Your midi still at 80, and your 3 point still at 74. You just don't get the one strength bonus, which I don't really think you need. And the ball handler comes up to 80, which is very good. Hate the playmaking badge. Don't think it's good. I would put the slashing badge personally just to help you score in the paint when need be. Plus, it is very easy to get. Now this moves me on to the MyPlayer. Mine is, I'm not going to go over it because it's just my personal preference. But in the pick and roll, I would just make a bit bulkier small forward, power forward, about 6'9". Finishing and defense maxed out for like when you're building your guy. I use the balanced pie chart as far as it comes to strength, vert, and speed, and then just the scoring and the finishing and defensive pie chart at the beginning. Now, for those that want to shoot and want to play big, I highly, highly, highly recommend this build on center. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention with the small forward is that oh wait, I think I might have messed up with making this a small forward. Because this one thing I did notice with the glass cleaner lockdown and whatever is if you played as a power forward versus a center, the center with the same exact stat attributes gets about 5 more defensive badges, which is something I think I messed up with the small forward here, which really sucks because I just invested my VC in it today. But whatever, it's fine. It's something I'll get over. It's just personal preference. I'll start playing with these two a lot more once I get down to just like ball and get the VC that I want and branching out. But the glass cleaner lockdown, that's where it is. Again, spot up shooter. It's a good takeover when you get it, but the amount of catch and shoot you have to take is, I think, way too high. Now, for this build, I like the weight. I like the strength here because you can play inside. If you want the speed on the outside, you can. You can see a lot of changes here. So this, again, goes down to personal preference. I'm put the pass accuracy up just because I like to be an outlet passer as well. Like, pass out of my shot. But if you're going to play this as a center, you definitely want to go down in height a little bit. It's just preference where you want it. Obviously, just analyze the stats on the side. Built, again, just per preference. And then this one, I'm going to go all the way because I don't remember. I use the speed pie chart and the shooting and defensive pie chart. And name, center, whatever. So that's just a few tips that I have to give you with the MyPlayer is that 6'9", 6'10", 6'8", and again, it goes to your preference of what do you want to be, a playmaker, you want to be a shot down, but I recommend any pie chart that's half something, half lockdown, unless you're making a playmaker. Like if you're making a shooter, I would do the shooter lockdown pie chart with the small little other attributes, and then put the finishing at the rim where you need it, and then a little bit of playmaking. But you see builds like these two. These are my variations. Obviously, everybody has to play their own because you see these YouTubers make their videos about, oh, this is the build you need to run. That's not true. They have a good, base that you need to run. And if you feel like you play similar to them, take their base or one of their recommended bases and build off of that and customize it to your own, because that's one of the beautiful things about the MyPlayer builder this year. And use the app, get that VC, because the more VC you get, the more you upgrade your stats. The more you upgrade your stats, the faster you get your badges. To get your badges, again, recommend playing on All-Star. It's the perfect balance. Maybe Superstar if you're really good at the game. But I think it's the perfect balance between getting buckets, and they give stat progression boosts towards your levels. The higher difficulty it is, like one layup is worth more than finishing on All-Star than it is on Pro. And then do all your practices, because once you get to about practice number 10, they get to pick what badge you want to work on. So for this, in like 3 practices alone, I just maxed out the one shooting badge and I got catch and shoot, which for any shooters out there, Hall of Fame catch and shoot is the most beautiful thing you'll ever see in your life. Get it when you can. I noticed that it cut the last few seconds off of what I was saying. So, catch and shoot makes you a really deadly shooter. That's just my personal preference. And again, if you want to make a short point guard, speed boosting, not a big thing in this game. For all dribble packages, I believe you have to be at a 70 dribble, 70 ball handling. Not that high. If I remember correct, did I put irrelevant. Doesn't matter if I put the ball handling on that or anything. But again, for extra defensive badges, go from like power forward to center, small forward to power forward. It'll help you out in the long run. Just get a few extra badges without changing your stats at all. And with all that being said, I hope this helped, and peace out.